All right, let's dive in. Today, we're taking a journey deep, deep inside the earth to a place that was hidden from all of us for millions of years. We're going to explore Doong, the single largest cave in the world. Yeah, just take a second to let that sink in. We're not just talking about a big cave here. It literally has its own weather system, a rushing river, and even its own clouds, all thriving deep beneath the jungles of Vietnam. It is, for all intents and purposes, a different world, hidden right under our feet. And to get a sense of the scale we're dealing with, the main passage, just the main tunnel, stretches for an incredible 9 kilometers. That's over 5.5 miles of one continuous, gigantic, cavernous space. And the total volume? It's a staggering 38.5 million cubic meters. I mean, the passages are so enormous you could comfortably fly a 747 through parts of it, or just fit an entire 40-story skyscraper inside. It's a scale that's, well, it's pretty hard to wrap your head around. So how in the world does a cave become its own self-contained planet? Well, it all starts with something that sounds completely impossible. Son Doong literally makes its own weather. No, seriously, the temperature difference between the hot, humid air outside and the cool air deep inside the cave is so big that it actually causes condensation. It forms real mist and actual clouds deep underground. Can you just imagine walking through a cave and seeing clouds floating by? It's wild. But, seeing a wonder like this with your own eyes, it takes an absolutely epic journey. Getting to Doong isn't some casual weekend hike. It's a full-blown expedition that pushes even the most seasoned adventurers right to their limits. And the journey is just astonishing. First, after a 9-hour trek through dense jungle, you have to enter and navigate a different cave called Hang En. Now get this, Hang En is the third largest cave on the entire planet. But it's not the destination, it's just the gateway. It's the front door. Only after you get through all that do you reach the real prize, the entrance to Doong. And once you're inside, the geology, the rock formations, they feel completely alien. The scale of everything and the shapes you see are unlike anything else on Earth. All of it sculpted over millions of years in total pitch black darkness. Now, you've probably heard of stalagmites before, right? Those incredible rock formations that grow up from the cave floor, drop by drop. But I promise you, you have never, ever seen one like the one they found in Doong. Okay, this comparison really puts it into perspective. The cave's tallest stalagmite, which they've nicknamed Hope and Vision, stands 80 meters tall. That's nearly as high as the Statue of Liberty. But while Lady Liberty was built in less than a decade, this natural wonder took an estimated 800,000 years to form, one single drop of water at a time. And it just keeps going. The cave is like a gallery of geological marvels. You've got these perfectly spherical cave pearls and delicate sand towers that look like tiny, tiny cities. There are even these strange limestone formations called phytokarsts that actually seem to grow and reach for the distant sunlight, almost like stone plants. So, picture this. You've been trekking for days through this vast, dark world, surrounded by nothing but stone and shadow. And then, you see it, a faint glimmer of light way up ahead. What happens when the sun finally punches a hole into this underground planet? This is what happens. You walk out of the darkness and into a fully fledged rainforest, thriving hundreds of meters underground. This is Doong's most incredible secret. Not one, but 2 giant jungles flourishing inside the cave. So, how is that even possible? Well, the answer is a geological feature called a dolmen. Basically, hundreds of thousands of years ago, parts of the cave ceiling got so thin that they just collapsed, creating these 2 massive skylights. And those openings allowed sunlight and rain to pour in, giving life to a brand new, completely isolated ecosystem. And the life that took root down here is just extraordinary. It's home to the only monkeys ever known to live inside a cave. There are trees stretching 50 meters tall, all of them desperately reaching for that distant light. And then, deeper in the darkness, there are riverfish and crickets that have evolved to be completely blind, perfectly adapted to a world with no sight. As our journey comes to an end, it's worth taking a moment to reflect on the immense timescale of this place. For eons, Doong kept all of its secrets completely hidden from the world above. This timeline really shows just how ancient this hidden world is. The limestone itself is 450 million years old. The river started carving the cave 3 million years ago. And humanity? We only figured out its true scale in 2009. Just a blink of an eye ago. So here's the thing that just blows my mind. For pretty much all of human history, a hidden planet, with its own clouds, its own rivers, its own rainforests, was operating right beneath our feet, completely undiscovered. A world within our world. It's a pretty humbling thought, isn't it? The discovery of a place as vast and as complex as Doong just over a decade ago really makes you stop and think. You know, if a world this massive can stay hidden for so long, what other wonders does our planet still hold, just waiting to be found?